All right, we're talking about another big issue with the voting system tonight, particularly in New York. More than 3 million registered voters will not be allowed to cast a ballot next Tuesday.
Yeah, that's because if you're a registered independent, the system says you don't count come primary day, but that could all change. WPIX-11's Marvin Scott live in the studio with that part of the story. Hi there, Marvin.
Hi, Tamps and John. You know, change, it may be something for the future, but certainly not in time for next week's primary. The state legislature right now sitting on a bill that would unlock the polls for independent voters who right now they have to sit out another election process.
New York is the most restrictive state in the country. The rules that we have for the primaries, the rules that we have for voter registration are designed to completely disempower the voters, especially independents.
New York is one of a dozen states that have closed primaries, which exclude more than 3 million independent voters, or 27% of the voting public. There are some 500,000 more independents than registered Republicans in the state.
The party leadership, however, doesn't want independents, because they're less predictable, to participate in the primaries. The parties want control of the primaries, limiting who gets to participate in them.
Efforts to have open primaries in New York have met with resistance in Albany, where there appears to be a bias towards the two major parties. A bill has been introduced in the Assembly, but there's been no action on it. Open Primaries is a nonprofit, nonpartisan group lobbying for reform. Independents had an opportunity to align with a party during last October's registration, but it is now too late to switch. With over 3 million independents now shut out from the New York primary, which of the candidates benefit?
This benefits the establishment candidates, Ted Cruz and Hillary Clinton. This hurts the anti-establishment candidates, Donald Trump, and most especially Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, who is trailing behind Clinton in the latest polls, gets hurt the most because the independents tap into his very base of support.
His support is coming from young people, and young people are registering more so than any generation. They're registering as independent voters. 37% of millennials in the state of New York are registered as no party, and they'll be shut out of the process next week.
Now, of 17 remaining primaries this campaign season, nine of them are closed. And the open primaries group hopes to create more of an awareness by holding a public protest in front of City Hall at noon on Thursday. John?
Marvin, thank you. All right, things getting more heated on the local scene later this week. The Democrats will debate in Brooklyn on Thursday. That same night, all three Republican candidates will be at a gala in Midtown.